Today I'm in the wood area. We're going to talk about delivering firewood, how you should charge for your deliveries. Here we go. It is a cold, blustery day here in the wood yard, and I've got 2 deliveries for sure today, maybe a couple more. The first one is about a 30-mile delivery, and the other one is about a 20-mile delivery. I'm going to talk about how to charge for your deliveries for your firewood, because there was a guy on my channel that made a comment that I have never thought of, but it was an awesome comment, and I liked what he had to say. In my area here, I go by distance. So when I charge for going to deliver firewood, it's all about the miles. And I charge about $1 to $1.50 a mile. The farther I go, the more I charge, because my time is pretty valuable. So this first delivery I'm going to do is about 30 miles. I'm charging $60 for it. So $2 a mile. So I figure $1 a mile both ways. That's what I do. Now, I know some guys charge $2 a mile. One guy that I talked to not too long ago said he's going to go up to $3 a mile. So, because he doesn't want to do it, and it's just not worth his time, because it takes time to do deliveries. But delivery is the key to building your business. If you deliver wood, you're going to sell way more wood. It's a fact. There's a lot of people, especially that I sell to, that do not have a way to deliver or to pick up firewood. They don't have trucks. They've got minivans or Subarus or whatever. They've got little cars, and they can't and don't have the ability or want to take the time to, pick up wood. They can't in big quantities. So this first delivery I'm going to be doing is for half of a full cord. It's going to a long-time customer, but he's about 30 miles away, and price is really not a big obstacle for him. He doesn't care. He just likes my wood. I was referred to him by another guy that referred me several of his friends. So it's a really good customer base I have down in this town. And he gets usually a full cord every year, but he gets a half a cord at a time. He stores it in his racks in his garage, and that's just what he always gets. And he owns a business, and he doesn't have the time to make wood. He said he's got some land that he's cut wood in the past, but he's told me, he says, I just don't have time for this. He said, and I like fires, my wife likes fires, the kids like fires, so I want firewood. So it's going to be a half of a full cord, and it's going to be mixed hardwood because it's for his fireplace. And like I said, I'm charging him $60 for the delivery. And then my second one is about 20 miles away, and I'm charging him $40 for delivery. So it's $1 a mile each way is what I'm charging. So $40 for the second one, and that's going to be for 5 face cords, or a full cord and 2/3. And I'm going to have to use my big trailer, and I'm going to have to stack it, because he said I want as much wood delivered as possible, because he knows he's paying the delivery, and he wants to get the maximum amount for it. This is for his dad, for his outdoor wood boiler, and he wants 5 face cords. And he's been buying wood for 4 or 5 years now too. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is people have been asking me a lot lately, how do you charge for delivery? What's the right rate? How do you do it? Do you do a flat rate? I know guys that do that. They do a delivery fee, it's a flat rate, $40 or $50, anywhere within 20 miles, whatever it is. Doesn't matter if it's 3 miles or if it's 20 miles, $50 is the rate. They just charge a flat rate, which I guess is okay. But the one thing that you got to kind of think about when it comes to delivery is the time that you're putting into it. And the guy that made the comment on the channel recently said, he said, I live in a very populated area, and he said, I charge according to time, which I had never thought of. He said, because I can do a delivery going one direction out of town, and it takes me, say, 15 minutes to go 10 miles. But then if I go across town to the other side, I have to go through town or around the belt line, and there's always traffic. And he said, it can be 10 miles, but it can take me a half an hour. That got me to thinking, maybe the way to do it is to charge by your time. And just say, well, the drive there is going to be a half an hour. It's going to be $30, $40, $50, whatever it is. And if it's going to take 10 minutes, maybe you charge $10, $20. I don't know, whatever it's got to be for you to make it profitable so that you can get paid and cover your costs for obviously your gas, your wear and tear, your maintenance on your vehicle and all that. But maybe charging by time is a concept that is very valuable, especially if you're in a big metropolis where maybe you're only going 10 miles, but it might take you a half hour, 45 minutes to get there. So that's something to think about. So in the comments, let me know, do you charge by the mile? Do you go by mile both directions? Do you go by time? Or do you just have a flat fee? I want to know what everybody else is doing. Let's put it in the comments. Everybody chat about it, and we'll find out. So I'm going to load this wood up right now. There it is, half of a full cord. And for those of you that haven't been around much, how do I know how much this wood is in here? Because I took it from a loose bin, put it in loose. It's because I've done this about 1,000 times, and I know when I take a half of a full cord, that's how much it is. And then I throw a little extra in because everybody likes a little extra. I'm the extra guy. Down the road we go. I am back in the wood yard. We're going to throw on 5 face cords, or 1 full cord and 2/3 into the trailer. Now, this is a delivery that I'm doing that's going to a guy that buys a full load every year. In the past, he's always bought a full cord and 1/3 or 4 face cords because he said, bring me the most you can throw into your trailer. Well, this year he called me and says, hey, can you still do the 4 face cords into the trailer? I said, well, actually, I can do 5 if you want. And he said, hey, that sounds even better. And so I have to stack it. Now, the difference is that, and I've proven this many times with doing loads, that if you throw it in loose, obviously it takes up more space, so you lose your volume as far as quantity of wood. But by stacking it, you can get more in a smaller space, which is why a lot of people stack wood in their facility at their home or wherever they're storing it. And it looks nice and neat and everything. Saves a lot of space. But saving me time is a big thing for me. That is why I throw everything into the bins loose and I throw it into the trailers loose. But this guy is a little farther out and he wants to get the maximum amount of wood delivered to him per the delivery fee, which makes sense. I get it. So I told him I can do 5, but I'm gonna have to stack it in here. So some of the fun is gonna leave my body. I'm gonna throw in a face cord or 1/3 of a cord of white oak, a face cord or 1/3 of a cord of red oak, a face cord or 1/3 of a cord of beech, a face cord or 1/3 of cord of ash, and a face cord or 1/3 of a cord of cherry. He said, bring me variety. So that's what he's gonna get. And he said, 1 of each would be good. So I'm gonna throw all that stuff in. We're gonna throw it in 1/3 of a cord at a time, probably maybe even 2, kind of to the back, then I'll stack it to the front, and then I'll throw in another one, stack it, throw in another one, stack it, throw in another one, stack it. So I have to get it as full as possible in this trailer to get the 5 face cords or a full cord and 2/3. So that's what's gonna happen right now. Well, boys and girls, that is a load. I now remember stacking in the old days when I stacked all my loads to get as much as I could in my smaller, trusty, rusty trailer, and don't like it. Normally I can throw a load in 4 face cords or full cord and 1/3 in about half an hour, 25 minutes. This took 1.5 hours. 3 times as long because I had to stack it. It takes a lot of extra time, so figure that into your costs when you're doing deliveries. I also could have put a 1/3 of a cord into my truck, so really I could deliver 2 full cords, and because I'd have a full cord and 2/3 in the trailer and then 1/3 in my truck. But the guy wanted 5 face cords or a full cord and 2/3, so that's what it's going to be. But yeah, it's a lot of work. You're bending over a lot in the trailer. You're bending over, obviously, throwing the wood in, but then you're doubling the work, more than doubling. I think it takes longer to stack it than it does to chuck it in by far. And then I go on my knees once in a while to stack. And I got it as full as I could get it. I was struggling just to get the net in. That's as tight as it's all the way out, and it's as tight as I can get it. So it is full, full, full. I packed it in as tight as I could. I even filled across the back here where there was a space. So all you got to do to figure out your cubic feet is measure your width, your length, and your height. Multiply those and you get your cubic feet. And I'm actually over just a little bit with this when I figured it, because I crested a little. So for the full cord and 2/3. The full cord is 128 cubic feet, and then 2/3 of that would be 86 or something like that on top of that. So 128 plus the 86, whatever that equals. I'm actually over that because I have figured it out quite a few times, but there it is. We're gonna go down the road and do a dump.